So we're going to continue where we left off in the last tutorial. And what we want to do is work non-destructively. So we deleted those pixels in the previous tutorial, and that can be permanent depending on how you save your file and whether or not you duplicated the original image layer. Either way, you still want to work non-destructively as much as possible. So what we want to do instead of deleting is we want to temporarily hide those pixels. That way, if you made a mistake in the initial selection process, you can bring back or show some of those pixels or hide other pixels if needed. That way, it's not permanent, it's temporary. And you can do that with a layer mask. So a layer mask will show or hide individual pixels based on how you set up that layer mask. So let me show you how to do that in GIMP. All right, so we're back where we started, and I need to bring those pixels back. And because I haven't saved and closed this file yet, I can do that by undoing my last command. So Command or Control plus the letter Z brings back those pixels. Now we need to make sure we have the right part of the image selected. In this case, the foreground. And I know the background is currently selected because if you take a look at the outer edge of the canvas here, we see these little white and black dashed lines. And it looks like they're moving, and that's known as dancing ants, or that's what they're referred to sometimes. And that lets you know what part of the image is selected. If you see these dancing ants on the outside, that lets you know the outside of the image, or the background I should say, is selected. So we need to invert that with Command or Control plus the letter I, and then those dancing ants disappear, and that lets you know that the foreground is now selected. So let's come down here to the bottom of the layers panel and click on this icon to add a layer mask, and there's a lot of options to choose from. But when you're working with a selection, you want to make sure you use selection as part of the layer mask or the type of layer mask. Once you click add, boom, your background is gone. How cool is that? But what's even better is those pixels are not gone permanently. They're just hidden. So if you take a look at the image layer here, you can see the preview of the image and all the pixels are visible here. But next to that is the layer mask. Anything in black is hidden. Anything in white is visible. So now if you made a mistake, let's say for whatever reason, you decide you don't want to include or show this thing that he's sitting on, tree stump or whatever it is. Well, you can paint with black to hide those pixels. So let's go ahead and do that. But first, let's deselect by going up to select and selecting none. And the keyboard shortcut for that is Shift plus Command or Control plus A. All right, so we need to set up our foreground and background color swatches. So go ahead and select white and black by clicking here and selecting them from there, or click on these little icons right here. So that'll give me black and that'll give you white there as well. Now you can come over here and switch between the two by clicking on these double arrows. But what I like to do is use my keyboard shortcut, which is the letter X. So I can be working on my image, adjusting the layer mask as needed. And then if I want to switch to the other, I just press X to add or to change the color swatch. Okay, so I need black. So I'm going to set black to the foreground color swatch. And then I can paint over this tree stump and it begins hiding those pixels. Pretty cool if you ask me. Now let's say you did the opposite. You made a mistake. You actually wanted this part of the stump included. Press X, paint with white, and it's going to make those pixels visible. How cool is that? I love it. So a layer mask will give you more precision and control over the final area being targeted with your edit.